I arrived at last. I did obeisance to my uncle and told him everything. He thought it over and said, so here Gandhiji reaches to the place and he pays respect to the uncle and he tells everything about him going to England and thinking about that thing. He thought it over and said, so uncle thinks about and gives his opinion. He says that I'm not sure whether it's possible for one to stay in England with practice one's own religion. From all I've heard, I have my doubts. So here uncle is very conservative. According to him, someone who is going to England would not remain, would not have respect to their religion after they come from England. So he is quite doubtful that after coming from England would he follow the religious beliefs. So this way he expresses his thoughts, and he says that from all I've heard, means from the people who have come or what he has heard about people who have returned from England, they do not respect their religion, they completely change. When I meet these big barristers, I see no difference between their life and that of Europeans. So he says that when he meets big barristers, big lawyers, very famous lawyers, there will be no difference between their life and that of Europeans. Means they live life like Europeans, like a Western culture. They know no scruples regarding food. Cigars are never out of their mouths. They dress as shamelessly as English. So here he talks about the difference in the culture after they come from England. They know no scruples regarding food, means they do not hesitate in having different kind of food. Here I think they're particularly speaking about non-vegetarian, and cigars are never out of their mouth, means they be consuming cigars every time because it's their culture. They dress as shamelessly Englishmen, means their way of styling is also different. The way they dress would also be like an Englishman after they return from England. All that would not be in keeping with our family tradition. So all those changes are not compatible with our family tradition. I'm shortly going on a pilgrimage and have not many years to live. So he says that he's going on a pilgrimage, means like a religious journey. Once they get too old, they spend their time more in religious place and they want to go into such tours to religious sites. That is what pilgrimage is, and have not many years to live. So when they reach the ending years of their life, they try to spend more time on these aspects. As at the threshold of death, how dare I give you permission to go to England? At the threshold of death, means almost death is nearing. That particular short duration is talking about almost nearing to death. How dare I give you permission to go to England? Means like I'll be not living for more few years, then how can I give you permission to go to England, wherein after coming from England people do not respect their culture? So this is what was running in his mind, to cross the seas, but I will not stand in your way. So there is a kind of belief that once people cross the seas and go, they lose their binding with their religion. They will change completely. So he says that how can I give you that permission? But again he says that I'll not stand in your way, means I'll not become a barrier for your dreams, and it is your mother's permission which really matters. If she permits you, then Godspeed. So he says that okay, I won't come between this. I don't stop you from going there. It's all up to your mother. If your mother gives permission, then you can go. And if she gives permission, then Godspeed, means good wishes to you. Tell her I will not interfere. You will go with my blessings. And he tells Gandhiji to tell message to his mother saying that I am not going to interfere in this matter. You will go with my blessings. If she agrees, then even my blessings will be there with you. I could expect nothing more from you, said I. So Gandhiji says to him that I was not expecting anything more from you. I shall now try to win mother over, but would you not recommend me to Mr. Lely? So here Gandhiji says I was not expecting much from you also. And now Gandhiji's aim is to convince his mother, because she is the one who gives permission. If she agrees, then he can go to England. And then he asked a question, would you not recommend to Mr. Lely, who is the administration about whom we spoke few time ago? So he says that, will you not give me a recommendation to go to Mr. Lely? Then the uncle replies, how can I do that, said he. But he's a good man. You ask for an appointment telling him how you are connected. He'll certainly give you one and may even help you. So the uncle, he says that, how can I do that? Means, how can I? And he's a good man. If you go, you don't need an appointment. You don't really need an appointment and recommendation to meet him. So to tell him that how you are connected, he will certainly give you the recommendation and help you. So for that there is no need of me reaching him out and saying that you are coming. So he does not interfere in this matter, and he tells that if you ask for appointment and tell how you are connected to him, he will certainly give you appointment, and all the conversation you can take with him. So he doesn't interfere in this aspect. I cannot say why my uncle did not give me a note of recommendation. I have a faint idea that he hesitated to cooperate directly in my going to England, which was, in his opinion, an irreligious act. So now, when uncle refuses to give the recommendation to him, Gandhiji thinks over and thinks that his uncle was not happy with him going to England, so he hesitated to give the recommendation to Mr. Lely, because according to his uncle's opinion, going overseas is an irreligious act. I wrote to Mr. Lely, who asked me to see him at his residence. So Gandhiji only writes a letter to Mr. Lely for taking his appointment. He saw me as he was ascending the staircase and said curtly, pass your BA first and then see me. No help can be given you now. So he goes to Mr. Lely, and then he'll be ascending the stairs. Means he'll be climbing the stairs, and then he says that very curtly, pass your BA first and then see me. Means like arrogance kind of nature, that first get your BA degree and then come to me. No help can be given now. Like very rudely, and then he goes upstairs. I had made elaborate preparations to meet him. I had carefully learnt up a few sentences and had bowed low and saluted him with both the hands, but all to no purpose. Now Gandhiji had made a lot of efforts thinking about how to, when I meet him, I should say these sentences, I have to do these gestures and convince him and all that. But when he sees his reply that get your degree and then come to me, he felt that the efforts which I had put till now was of no use, no purpose. I thought of my wife's ornaments. I thought of my elder brother, in whom I had the utmost faith. So now he didn't get any help from Mr. Lely because he refused to help them very directly. So now next thing that comes to his mind to arrange the money to go to England was his wife's ornaments. That was one way, and the other, he thought of this elder brother. He was generous to a fault, and he loved me as his son. So he says that uh, his brother was so good. He was generous to a fault. Means he was very generous. If at all there was any fault by him, he was so generous. He was not that strict, and he loved me as his son. He showed his love as his own son. I returned to Rajkot from Porbandar and reported all that had happened. I consulted Joshiji, who of course advised even incurring a debt if necessary. So he returns to Rajkot from Porbandar, and then he says all that had happened to Joshiji, and Joshiji advised him that to take a debt. Debt means like loan for his trip to England. I suggested the disposal of my wife's ornaments, which could fetch about 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. My brother promised to find money somehow. So he suggested that I can, disposal of his wife ornaments, means selling his wife ornaments and getting about 2,000 to 3,000 rupees, and my brother would somehow find money. Okay. My mother, however, was still unwilling. She had begun making a minute inquiries. Now, speaking about Gandhiji's mother, first of all, his mother was not willing to send him England. She had made a condition that to speak to his uncle, and then there also uncle did not stop him. So the next thing, she started making some. She was not really willing to send Gandhiji to England, but she was making some minute inquiries. As a mother, like she wants to know like how exactly the environment will be there in England. So she is making some inquiries. Someone had told her that young men got lost in England. Someone else had said that they took to meat, and yet another that they could not live there without liquor. So like what the ideas that came up around her, few of them said that they get lost in England and they took meat, they'll start eating meat, and yet another they could not live there without liquor, means they would consume alcohol there. How about all this, she asked me. So she tells that she puts all these questions in front of Gandhiji, that all this, what about all these things, like she questions Gandhiji. I said, will you not trust me? I shall not lie to you. I swear that I shall not touch any of those things. If there any such danger, would Joshiji let me go? So when his mother asks such questions, he says that, will you not trust me? And I'll never lie to you and not lie to you. I swear that I shall not touch any of those things. So Gandhiji is promising, his telling from his side that he is not going to touch any of those things. And again he supports his statement, saying that if there were such bad things in England, then how could Joshiji recommend me to go to England? So he supports his argument by taking even Joshiji's advice. I can trust you, she said. So mother finally agrees. She said, I can trust you, but how can I trust you in a distant land? I'm dazed and know not what to do. I'll ask Becharji Swami. So she says that, okay, but how can I trust you? You live somewhere far away. You're going very far away, and I do not know what to do. I'm dazed and know what to do. I'm dazed and know not what to do. So dazed means kind of I'm unable to think and react properly. Like I don't know what to do. So she's not able to take the decision. So she'll tell, I'll ask Becharji Swami, like a Swami means a religious teacher or a guru. Becharji Swami was originally a Modhpania but had now become a Jain monk. He too was a family advisor like Joshiji. So he too was like a family advisor. He was known to their family. He came to my help and said, so let's see how the Swamiji helped Gandhiji. I shall get the boy solemnly to take the 3 vows and then he can be allowed to go. So here the Swamiji did not really restrict him going there, but he says, he puts a condition that I shall get the boy solemnly to take 3 vows, means with a deep sincerity I want Gandhiji to take 3 promises. And then he can be allowed to go. After he takes these 3 promises, he can go to England. He administered the oath and I vowed not to touch wine, woman and meat. So what was the promise? That he is not going to touch wine, woman and meat. So he would be far away from these 3 things. This time my mother gave me permission. So after taking this promise, his mother gave him permission to go. So this was about the chapter that what obstacles came in the way of Gandhiji for not going to England, but somehow he passed all the obstacles and now is ready to go to England. Thank you for watching.